Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Rule of Waves 2 as Japan. I don't know the episode, 45, 46 maybe. Anyways, we're once again we're in this unusual position where we have a pretty clear long-term plan, and we're in control of our own destiny. Not that the game has determined that, but that's just my own. Because I'm going to take matters into my own hands by editing the save game. We're going to go to war with Great Britain when we're ready. So now we just wait for the right moment. And I don't think the right moment will be 16 months. I also don't think it'll be right at 9 months. Probably looking at around a year from now. And I don't know if there will be any considerations for time of the year that we'd want to declare war. I think that we'll probably expedite the war declarations if tensions start building with Great Britain too quickly. Because we want it to be a surprise as much as possible. Anyway, things are looking pretty good, I think. We have, let's see. Our 7 battleships will be good. We have 4 fantastic carriers that are on the way. 3 of them will be ready in time. We ought to be probably paying a lot of attention to the aircraft side of things, since this is probably going to win or lose us the big battle. I'm assuming there will be a big battle. Unless it happens at night. But that's quite good. I just feel like now that we're starting to get higher firepower numbers, I'm expecting that I guess it kind of makes sense to have high firepower numbers on a float plane or a flying boat, because that's a rather big it's a rather big thing. It just probably shouldn't be able to bring all that firepower to bear in one arc. I don't know how that's all abstracted, though. It's just a mystery to me. I've never seen behind the curtain, so... Anyway, yeah, I think 9 months, this is the big change, the big balance of power change. Our funds should be straightening themselves out in 3 months. In fact, next month we should see a neutral budget. Yeah, we'll do this. Do we even have a medium bomber? Okay, tensions did not rise greatly. Our monthly balance did not get completely sorted out. And that's because, of course, although we gained 2 million, we lost another million right back to the maintenance. We'll just put them on reserve, because I guess we could mothball. First of all, they're the Gachimuchis. Second of all, we still have a little bit of time. Again, if we're going to go to war in a year, we probably just want to get them out of mothball about 6 months in advance. And there is still something to be said about the building of new submarines, which I did not undertake, but I remember myself going on a bit of a tangent about. Yeah, ASW of 8 for these destroyers is quite good. I'll be happy to see those in the active fleet. And yeah, I think we'll mothball them. If we have the Daigojis mothballed, there's no way we would not mothball the Gachimuchis, so mothballed you go, and there. Now our monthly balance is, when I see it as less than 1,000, I consider that pretty much neutral. I guess not pretty much, that's probably how I define neutral. We're revenue neutral if it's less than 1 million plus or minus. Well, 1,000, but I just always add the extra 1,000. Rule the Waves 1 habit. 3 corvettes have finished, okay. Yeah, that's right, we have the whole cycling going on in the Southeast Asia, and eventually in the South Pacific. Indefatigable. Now it looks like the Rodney to me. What did shoot, you know what? I don't actually know what the Rodney had. Was it 16-inch guns? Or was it... I think it was 16-inch guns. So this is 31. This is... Holy cow. This is a historical ship. No. I'm pretty sure the Rodney had... Or Nelson. Was it the Nelson class? I think it was the Nelson class. I think she had 5 inches. Or maybe it was even 6 inches of deck. I think she had a very thick deck. Good thing we're talking about Rule the Waves here. But otherwise, this is a very impressive vessel. I mean, I'm terrified of this, knowing that we will be going to war against something like this. 9 16-inch guns. Okay, that's also good, but... Okay, that's also good. This dive bomber... The Devastator. Brewster Devastator. That does not... No, the Brewster is not the Devastator. Those two don't go to... They don't go hand to hand. Hand in hand. Faster than our dive bomber. Well, it's because we're spending like a whole year developing the medium bomber. We do have a medium bomber. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's still probably good to get a new one, but we should cycle the other new air vessels very quickly. And I think we'll prioritize torpedo bomber first after this because we want the time enough to build the new torpedo bomber, assuming it's better, to get the replacements there in time for the war to start. If we're still replacing like fighters or dive bombers or anything like that, even floatplane scouts, it's fine. We'll make do with the old one. But the most important thing is that the torpedo bombers, because I don't think we'll be fighting a well-prepared British force. I mean, okay, tensions are actually starting to climb, but I don't think we'll be fighting a well-prepared British force, in which case I'm just assuming that their aircraft won't really be combat effective for the first couple months, and hopefully we'll have time to, build in however many fighters or whatever we're missing by that point. I'm assuming that we essentially do the torpedo bomber, and then we go to war while the fighter is still in development. So it would be catch up with the fighter, but the fighter, I mean, the existing fighter we have is not terrible, so there's always that. Yeah, it's a 1933 design. It's not very old. 1 year, yeah. Well, just about to be 2 years old, but it's fast. That's right. This is the fastest plane in the world, or at least it was. I don't know how that works. If it's a roll of the dice, or if it just goes purely based on which one has the fastest max speed. But this has a decent range. I mean, mostly for cap work, you don't really care about that anyway. Pretty low toughness. Not too surprising for a fighter. Amazing maneuverability. Really happy to see 14. If it's anything like Hearts of Iron, maneuverability wins the air war. Okay. You know what? I really do like Hearts of Iron 4. I've been always meaning to do a Hearts of Iron playthrough, but I just never gotten around to it. I mean, for the channel, I've played it tons myself. So, okay. Let's see. I'm going to hit next turn, because I don't remember what I'm trying to do here. Yatago is finished. Great. 8 corvettes. That's what I was trying to do. Advanced Director. Gosh, this is one you'd almost want to say no to. It's such a big difference. And it's not that much money. But my philosophy has always been, and remains, spying or selling your one technology helps only one potential enemy, so 1/6 of the enemies out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 6. So it's a pretty minor effect to the potential enemies. I mean, obviously that's just a statistical thing. When you phase Germany, they're not 1/6 better; they're a lot better. But you just have to get unlucky enough to face Germany. And the money, however, helps us against everyone. So I think that the balance is in your favor if you accept those. Especially when I'm seeing Germany not at high tensions and knowing that I should be going to war with Great Britain. Now, let's get you to mothball as well, although we're kind of getting closer to that time period, 6 months. So maybe around the time these are working up, we'll set everyone to active. That makes sense, actually. That's when we'll just go from mothball to active. I'm assuming that working up is more or less the same as coming back from mothball. Should be. And then we'll have all our ships in proper fighting shape by the time we declare war. Well, that's as good of a plan as any, right? Air groups. Yeah, we'll have enough time to even train up the air crew, but I could if I wanted, or at least, maybe like 2 months before they come out, I can start allocating, what do we need? 99, right? 99 aircraft, which is going to be... okay, I know how it's going to be. It's going to be 2 torpedo bombers, 2 20 torpedo bombers, 1 20 dive bomber, 1 20 fighter, and 1 19 fighter. So that's, I mean, I think that the the plan is kind of like the, what didn't the, okay, so the Americans originally started with 25% fighters, but I know they kicked up at least to 33%. I think it was even like 40% by the end of the war. They went pretty heavy on interceptors. Don't remember the exact end configuration. It might have been just one third, or one third, and then 2/3 for the other bombers. And I would not know what the configuration of the 2/3 would have been. But they basically went more fighter heavy than they started out with. And we're kind of doing the same thing. Not for the same reasons. We're doing it because I think that fighters are not that important in the beginning, because they just don't do much, and torpedo bombers don't do much. And actually, more than anything else, now that I think about it, it's just because the enemy doesn't field a strong navy at first. But now they are going to start. We're going to have a real use for our cap. Okay, so movement in Southeast Asia. God, it's like pulling teeth to get me to remember anything. What's the current situation? It is 25. So we have 2 extra ships. It's good to know. 2 extra. Oh, that is a lot. Okay, so we can get 6. So we only have to put 4 back in there. But any beyond 4 that we put in there, we can just take out from the Otamari Marus, which should also just get a refit eventually. 1933. I guess they don't have to, huh? So that means we only have to replace 4 of these. Okay, well, we have to replace them first. I'll just replace them from the top. So next turn, we'll get these 6. Yeah, 6. And we'll swap all these out. Anyways, these will wait. Okay. Next turn. Just can't get away with it, can we? Can I find the cheapest low tonnage? What is the cheapest per tonnage? Probably my light cruisers. Probably these light cruisers. Yeah, that's pretty cheap. It worked! We'll send a battleship. Please not Great Britain. Please not Great Britain. Alternatively, we could let Great Britain's tensions rise and then... Oh my god, the range. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, Lord. These are extremely fast. I think these medium bombers are only slower than our fighters. No, maybe not. I have to go back and look. But geez, holy cow, these are really something. Okay, so downsides. What the hell? By the way, this thing has a maneuver of 5? What the hell is this thing? It's like the maneuverability of my dive bombers. Toughness is only a 10, so that's the first thing that caught my eye. Besides, actually, firepower caught my eye, and then, let's be honest, the first thing that caught my eye was 700. Then I was like, okay, well, you know, max speed and cruise speed checks out. That's pretty darn fast. I mean, way faster than the other one. I mean, the range is like double. This one hurt, but I don't think my medium bombers are going to be shooting down much anyway. Reliability is probably the most important thing. I mean, this has got to be the one. I can't see. It's a little bit faster, more or less the same, but the cruise speed of 2 knots faster. That probably could actually make a difference. 2 knots over the 700 frickin' range it has. So let's just go with the top one. I can't possibly turn down. Let's see. They'll be going on heavy load, most likely. So I'm turning down, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm turning down 80 almost 90 extra range. That's enough range that it's just impossible for me to turn it down, especially for no real advantage. Okay, and this, oh good lord, so this is, guess we just put that back in our pocket. We'll declare war on our own another time. It's gonna work out kind of perfectly. Okay, maybe 5 months early. If I don't unmothball now, we're gonna have some real problems. And the most important thing is getting my ships into position so that we have a surprise attack. And at this point, I think surprise attack does allow carriers. Okay, so Great Britain has 2 battleships, a battlecruiser, 1 battlecruiser. Okay, yeah, let's line up a big group over in Southeast Asia, including the size, but also another group. So the size will go there, and then my newest one, why not? Just send them on down there. Okay, so you're going there. These Hotenmarus all need to get refit. Actually, what we can do is have these get refit. We won't need the other ones since, wait, no, just rebuild as is. We already have one. Thank you. Okay, and then the next thing I need to do is I need to move 2 of these down to Southeast Asia. Or actually, what I could just move any of these Hotenmarus, honestly, because why? Because we're going to move a lot of ships into Southeast Asia anyway. South Pacific, yeah. So move those 2 down there, and then we'll clean up the last of the Hotenmarus. That'll be on 1934. You guys are looking okay. Again, we probably have too many here. I actually want some of these since they're... What is... Oh yeah, these are my anti-submarine. So these are my minesweepers, which, you know, definitely want some of those. Let's get like 4 of these to move. I mean, look at that ASW of 8. It's just perfect. That is like perfect. This is the masterpiece. It's exactly the Corvette I want. It's just adds so much ASW. I mean, look at the ASW rating. Actually, the new one, I don't know what I did. I forgot. I added increased depth charge load or something, which increases your ASW by 50%. 50% is probably a lot more. When you have more, I mean, obviously it pays. It's a multiplicative bonus, so it benefits you more to have more to start with. But going from 2 to 3 is still good. I mean, it fits the 50% bonus. Probably should have done that with the Osama Marus. I don't think we did. Yeah, we did not. Oh, yeah, we have the storage for it too. Well, gosh golly gee willikers. They're all in Northeast Asia. We might as well just refit them right now. Why not? Save, go. I don't really care about anything else. They're not going to be that useful. just do it. Make it so. Make it so, number 2. So I'm debating whether to hit this button, but I don't think we need to activate people who are in Northeast Asia. Now, we still want... I think I'm just going to send all the Daigojis down. This is crazy. This is crazy. Southeast Asia. And I'm going to send the Kachimuchis down to South... maybe not yet, but I probably will when war starts. I'll put them on reserve. Or I might just leave them in Northeast Asia and send 2 Daigojis down to South Pacific. Who's our escorts? It's going to be the Ashigaras. Southeast Asia. This is obviously quite a big force. We'll send the Senoyaris down as well. Asia. And I think I will get the Kushinos. They can be fine here. Trade protection, I'm thinking. These Chunchamarus will go down with the... So the thing is, I want to force the surprise attack to be in Southeast Asia. So I almost don't want to really populate South Pacific with anybody. Because I don't want the game... I want to be able to control my surprise attack, which I think... It's not like they put a bunch of ships in the middle of the Pacific and said, "Hey, man, I really hope they attack Pearl Harbor." You really ought to have some control over these things, I think. I mean, considering you're the head of the Navy, do you think Yamamoto didn't have... Oh, Isaguro. Oh, man. Help me. Let me channel your inner spirit. This game has its flaws, I think. And we're mostly talking about the battle generator. It's a really, really great game. It's easy for me to, at this point, just focus tunnel vision on the negatives because I mean, there's reasons why I do that. Psychological, mostly. Like, there's people who defend these points, and then you kind of, like, entrench. Oh my gosh, no, they really need to fix that. It's okay. Okay, so let's think about this. Reserve is fine. We'll go to our air groups, and we will activate these as well. Let's see how big of a difference that makes. Okay, that's 3 million. That's quite expensive. We'll probably put you under reserve fleet as well. Okay, it's a really minor difference. I'm not going to sweat the extra 200 per month because we're still okay. If we actually go to war, tensions are really going to skyrocket up. So we'll be okay because we'll get more budget that way as well. Kushinos are fine on reserve. I don't really want these to be. We'll just reserve these and gosh, I almost feel like we can just mothball these. Save a... Well, no, I mean... Yeah, fine. We'll do it. And most importantly, yeah, we've got to make sure we're getting those destroyers there. But we are. Do we need more destroyers? Possibly. 31, 32, 33. Okay, so if we send more, it's possible we'll slow down from 33 to 31. That's okay. I'm going to accept that. We'll move both of these down to Southeast Asia. Ultimately, their goal, their end destination is South Pacific. But for now, I'm willing to move them down. And then we have the less tube ones. But yeah, this is good. I'm feeling very confident about this, though. And did we get the other ones down to South? No. Okay, so next turn we have to finish off the Hotenmaru's upgrades. Before I forget. Aircraft type. Did we request one? No. We need to get a new torpedo bomber. Okay, the torpedo bomber is actually fairly recent, and yeah, that new medium bomber is basically the second fastest. I mean, look at the cruise speed is way faster. Maximum speed is actually slightly less than the dive bomber, but it's otherwise the second fastest airplane. I'm not saying, by the way, that that doesn't make sense. I'm just not saying it makes a lot of sense. Dive bombers, yeah, okay. Well, losing to the dive bomber makes sense to me. Having a medium bomber fly this fast with this much of a bomb load, I don't know if their speed is impacted by their bomb load, but it probably should be. Okay, what do I want to request then? We're stuck in this fighter. The fighter was the fastest, but it could probably benefit. It might actually have firepower as a... What did I choose on it? I think I chose range, speed, and maneuver. Yeah, that's probably the same thing I would go for again. We're just waiting for it to be... we're waiting for... Oh, I think I chose maneuverability and speed, and it was the fastest airplane, so maybe that's still the best way of doing things. Let's see, what do we have that's good? So our flying boat is good. We don't need to upgrade that then. The dive bomber is actually good. Medium bomber we don't know about. Float plane scout we don't know about. How is that one? It's decent. I would actually prefer another float plane scout, and I think I'm going to do it requesting speed and then range. Because speed is going to be really important getting those spotting reports. Range is probably not going to limit us as much anymore. If they can already go on light, obviously they're going to be on a light bomb load 200. I don't expect we're going to have less than that. Could even go for speed and then reliability, which probably will have a big impact, our ability to scan more of the skies. No, I'm going to stick with range as secondary. I have some gut feeling, I don't know what it is, that reliability is not important. If you put it on second priority, that has no effect. I have no evidence of that. It's just some kind of intuition. That, like, for some reason, I don't think reliability helps that much in the second priority. Maybe I saw a forum post about it or something. Who knows why my brain got clouded with that. But it's still leeching onto that decision. Yeah, okay, speed, range, floatplane, scout. It is an important thing. Just the torpedo bomber's not bad. But it's also not good. What do you do? There's also the fact that if we got a new torpedo bomber, I think we should go with a torpedo bomber after all this talk, because it is slow. It's slower than our flying boat, which, okay, is not that big of a deal. I thought it was going to be slower than our floatplane scout. Well, it will be if we do this. Okay, let's do this, and then we'll do a torpedo bomber next, because this is as close to development, close to finishing development. It's not bad, it's fine. Even though I made that whole argument in the very beginning of this episode about torpedo bombers being the first one, and then I went with floatplane scouts. Whatever. It's a crazy world. And hey, we still have our alliance with Italy. I forgot about that. I don't know how much that's going to help us, but yeah, we're in the thick of it now. Submarines. I forgot to buy more submarines. And I'm pretty sure that this is still how we win this next war. With medium submarines? Well, they're going to be so far in the future now. And we don't have the money, honestly. Okay, let's just end the turn. Okay, France. I am going to do this option because I actually... Well, first of all, Djibouti. Yeah, that is actually a place I could conquer from the French later. Not if they lose it. Let's see what the tension... I scanned these too quickly. Oh, air-sea rescue. Okay, improves pilot survival and thus mitigate experience degradation from air losses. Now, what is the downside of this? I forgot. You have to make a decision, and it's a one-time decision whether or not you're going to do it. I thought. No, it didn't. It actually didn't change anything for some reason. But doctrine? No, it's not. Yeah, I think it is just a one-time game decision you do. Yeah, the thing is, I completely forget the downside. I hope the game just mentions it to you directly, because it should, right? If you're making this decision, hopefully you would be informed about it. What does it do, though? Okay, it means that it's like extra maintenance, I think, or something. No, I really don't know. I don't remember, sadly. Oh well. We'll probably do it, even though it may not have been as... I mean, if we were playing as the Americans, I know that they did it. But I don't know how big into rescuing their pilots the Japanese were. They probably did it, but I don't know it. I don't have the... I'm very historically unaware of these things. I should have read Kaikun. Maybe that would have pointed it out to me. Okay, well, let's think about this. I said next month finish the refits. I almost forgot, but actually, who knows? Maybe it's already been several months. But let's get these two. We're doing good on foreign stations. I'm confident about that anyway. And our ships are starting. Are they starting to gain? We're at fair, poor. Yeah. We need a little bit more time, so I'm actually glad we're not at war yet. And we'll mobilize everyone. I mean, this is actually good. We have 4 more months. We're gonna get those carriers out. Oh God. Okay, quality -1, 18-inch guns. Are you ready, Yamato? Boy. I mean, if we're not gonna activate soon. Yeah, diving shells means that you have an increased chance to hit deck, decreased chance, obviously decreased chance of hitting belt. I don't remember if it's a good thing or not. I mean, obviously the Americans decided... No, it was the Japanese who first went with it, didn't they? I don't know, was it the Americans who decided as a counter? I forget. Could have been somebody not in the Pacific at all. But I think that... I remember reading about diving shells. God, I think it was like on the Iowa class, wasn't it? Probably before that. They went with another tactic. I think it was the Americans when they realized how heavily armored some of the Japanese ships were. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm going to Great Britain. I'm looking at their ships. How heavily armored are you? 11.5. That doesn't help much. We're not getting a whole lot of clarity here. Oh man, you guys. So I remember. Okay, so this makes it seem like diving shells would be a good thing. Because this is 13.5, and I remember it was only 3.5 or so. Wait, this is the Rodney. I have no idea what the deck on this one was. The only one I saw was the one that looks like the Rodney, not the actual Rodney. And it was the... No, this one. Must have been the Queen class? Yeah. Wow. Well, shoot. I think we should do it. I don't know. It's tough because I don't usually fight at range, but I'm seeing armor schemes that heavily favor us fighting at range. Now, are we okay at range? We're not really that great at range ourselves, man. I don't remember. Well, luckily I can easily find out. 6 turret top. Well, that's quite good. I don't know. Let's turn it off for now. I just gotta look up what it is, what it does. Gotta look up all these things. I could always just pause and go look up the manual and then, be a good informed person when I'm making these decisions. But what's the fun in that? I mean, there's a lot of fun in that. That's a joke, and it's almost such a stupid thing to say. People say it way too often. It's that the fun in being informed, the fun is that you're informed. You're making a good decision. People can follow your decisions and make the similar one as an informed person as well. Dual purpose for main gun armament for destroyers. That's pretty good. The Republic Mars is entering service. It is rumored to be faster than our fastest medium bomber. Well, that's actually pretty darn fast. Okay. I didn't know that Russia possessed Finland. When did that happen? Oh, wait. Yeah, I guess they probably just started that way. Oh, look. It's the Winter War in May. Do they start with it? I don't know. Anyway, it'd be funny if Russia lost that rebellion because they're already doing like so poorly from at least compared to Japan. Look at, they actually have almost the worst budget in the game. Only Italy, our ally, has a worse budget. The thing I'm really happy to see is that when we do go to war here, there's not going to be a whole lot of allies for Great Britain. Even Russia doesn't dislike us too much. Okay, yeah, but we're ready. We are ready. We have ships at fair crew quality. That's good. I'll take it. Oh, okay, we'll take one more, sure. Ah, such an enterprise. Oh my gosh, blow up one of the capital ships? An excellent idea. Here we go. I'm still putting our declare war immediately on Great Britain in my back pocket. I can see a great way for it to play out, believe it or not, because once we finish this war with Great Britain, if we are able to deplete them, we can immediately declare war on them again in perfect position. Maybe like wait 2 months, declare war, and they shouldn't be ready. Okay, are we interested in your fighter? Not initially. Well, cruise speed is better, but maximum speed is worse, which means combat is worse. Maneuver is worse. Toughness is worse. It carries a bomb, but I think we're going to say cancel because it's not worth our money. It's like even. I think that we actually would have said yes if it was the other way around. If we had that fighter and we didn't have the current one that we do have. So the fact that I would have done the deal the other way around probably means that I'm safe not doing it this way. If you're willing to pay money to upgrade and you're not sure if you're willing to pay money to stay the way you are, then yeah. The other plane is probably better. Yeah, I'm still kind of dancing around, not really sure what I'm trying to do here. Why don't you go to Northeast Asia as well? Maybe get a couple more to South Pacific. I do want to make sure that we have very good minesweeping in the Southeast Asia, though. So I'm going to drop a whole bunch of these back into Southeast Asia, even though we don't need it. It's not for that reason. It's, you know, mothball. Well, let's just put you on reserve fleet. We're going to activate everyone pretty soon anyway. Looks pretty clear that war is coming. War is coming. I do want to make sure at this point we only have like the ones that are absolutely useless on mothball, and that does appear to be the case. Alright, even destroyers can go to reserve. I don't see any reason to keep destroyers not on reserve now. So all these guys are reserve. Mothball, the ones who are going to become the trade protection in Northeast Asia. We managed to blow up the Gurkha. Oh. They suspect sabotage. You gotta be kidding me. You managed to blow up a destroyer? You spent all that time blowing up a destroyer? Like, the amazing Grand Fleet. Oh, is this minus budget? Let them handle the road. I mean, I don't really care about Russia. Oh, okay. Perfect place to call to a close. So we'll just pretend that I went and edited the game files, put his detention of 12 or 13 or whatever, and we know where we're going next turn. So let's just mobilize all the ships. Mobilize everything. And we know that those aircraft carriers are about to be finished, or in fact have been finished. So obviously the thing we need to do is immediately start getting them some air crews. Oh, they all finished exactly on the same turn. That's funny. So let's just get them air crews and then we'll call this video to a close. Good thing I only have to do it once and then I can copy paste. Yeah, working up is fine, but I don't know why I changed that actually. Alright, so torpedo bomber. I honestly think I should go 3 torpedo bombers for now. I'm going to take a look at our aircraft again. Dive bombers are faster. Yeah, they're definitely faster. They have shorter range, pretty significantly shorter range as well, and they're worse except for toughness. Obviously, oh my gosh, our dive bombers just don't carry much of a bomb. Well, I guess that's fair. Their speed should be but they do have good reliability. We don't know what our torpedo bomber reliability is. Yeah, I think it is worth it to carry some of them. Yeah, I think we'll do it. Because I'm thinking in my head, if we come up against, let's say, some escorts, some destroyers, we can send our dive bombers to deal with those. Okay, this could be the group that I make the 19. Then we put 40 fighters. That's a lot of fighters, oh my gosh. I think we'll stick with my original plan. Okay, copy. It is nice to have this, I have to say. Even though it doesn't work completely. It shouldn't erase, it should just add, in my opinion. Well, no, you don't want that. I guess it should give you an option, replace or add. Or, I mean, that I guess what I want is, if there's an exact formation which fits this pasting template, don't just delete all their aircraft experience. Just add it to the, it's a 1-to-1 match, like torpedo bombers. Even if it's not, if it's torpedo bombers of 20 existing and torpedo bomber of 10 comes in, take the 10 from the 20 that are already there. Okay, well, that's that. Now our monthly balance is actually doing great, probably because we're, tensions at war, all that. Or, never mind, it's just because we finished 3 carriers. That could be it. Yeah, but I think this is the perfect place to leave it on a cliffhanger. We'll see what the next video has for us. And you know what? I'm going to save the game. Maybe I'll save scum. This is very unlike me. Maybe we'll just, if we don't get a surprise attack, maybe I'll just re-roll, load the save game until we do. If I do that, I'll try to do, maybe we'll do that on camera so that you can witness everything. Okay, alright, I'm yawning, time to go to sleep. So anyways, thanks for watching this one. We'll see you back for the next war with Great Britain. I think we're ready, so we'll just see how it goes. I guess the last thing I want to know is what... Yeah, 1 battleship, 1 battlecruiser. Actually, they have their whole fleet in the South Pacific, where I don't have any destroyers. I probably should have changed that. Before I forget, I probably should just launch some people down there. These guys are acceptable. And then that means actually that they'll be in the Southeast Asia next turn. So anyways, until the next episode, thanks for watching and stay safe. Take care.